Good morning. So I'm just about to go live on Instagram too. If you've got a chair, go ahead and grab that. And let's see if I can get this angled a little better. And if it can be against the wall, kind of like I have that chair, that's going to be ideal. Let me see if I can pop this forward. Okay. Hello. Let's get this out of the way. So, good morning. If you jump on this later and you see us just getting started, you can always tap on the right to move through us kind of prepping. Hi, good morning, you guys. In case you didn't see what I put up, if you have a chair, that will be helpful today, and probably ideally against a wall if you can. You'll see most of the stuff you could do on the ground, so if you don't have it, don't worry about it. It's just kind of a nice variation. Kind of decided today, let's mix it up a little bit and take it at a different pace and kind of slowing it down, adding some yoga. I think I've made it clear I'm not a yoga instructor, but I've been doing it for probably 20 years, so I have at least a good idea of a lot of the poses. And let's get going. All right. So let's go ahead and take that nice inhale up and exhale, lowering down, dropping that head, bending one knee at a time here. Good for 4 more, bending 3, 2, 1, and pull those abdominals on, reach up, and just a couple shoulder rolls back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then just interlace those hands behind you and reach back. And then one more, interlace in front and reaching up. And just kind of lean side to side here for 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and reaching out. One of my favorite stretches to actually usually do behind the chair, but I'll show it in front since this is kind of how it's set up, is just to hold on to the front of the chair, reach the hips back, legs are straight, knees are lifting up, and if you're next to a wall and you want to, you could just press your hands into the wall, or you could just let the hands go flat down. And breathing here. And then a couple where you round the spine for the cat-cow, and then tailbone and head reach up. Inhale, rounding. Exhale, tailbone and head up. And one more round, and tailbone and head up. Good. And then coming forward, we're going to go ahead and take your legs wide. One second. All right, and we're gonna take those arms out to the side, turn that right foot to turn out, and left toes turn in, okay? So you're nice and wide here, reach through those arms, reach that right arm out, and lower it down. Now, if you are close to your chair, the nice option you can do here is you could actually just take your hand to the chair. If you prefer, you can just take it somewhere down your leg and reach that left arm up. Now, really important here to kind of get that movement. You're trying to reach those right ribs around, and from the kneecap up, everything lifts. I talk about that a lot, where you lift up, and then through those abdominals, you pull up, switch sides. So left toes are out, right are in. Engage from the kneecap up, so you're pulling up here. Reach out with that left hand, lower that left hand down, right goes up, spinning those ribs out. Take a deep breath here. Good, pull those abdominals on, coming up. We'll go back to that first side with the right toes turned out, left toes turned in. Bend that knee, and then reach out. You can just take your hand onto your thigh or the ground, and then that left hand is gonna go up and over. So it's real important here that the left foot, you're pressing into that left foot, the outer part of that left foot, the heel, the toes. Deep breath into those ribs, maybe sink a little deeper into that lunge there. And coming up, switch sides, left toes turn out, reach out, left hand comes down. Oh, sorry, bend the left knee, reach out, left forearm down, right goes over, take a nice stretch here. So, I was kind of just thinking about it after yesterday's workout, and whenever you're doing something 5 days a week, I think it's super important to mix it up. And I do try to mix it up so we're not doing the same thing every day, but then changing the intensity, changing really the whole course of what you're doing, I think is really important. Good, and then coming up, back one more time over to the right toes out. Now this time you're gonna reach out, lower the hand down, and then you're gonna step that left foot in. Right hand comes down, left goes up. So you're doing a little bit of balancing here. I'm out of picture a little bit, but it's that idea. Lifting that left foot up, flex that left foot, and then coming down, and back up. Turning left toes out, reach out, lowering that left hand down, and then coming up, right foot up. Breathing here. Good. Coming down and then back up. Nice. Just keep the feet wide for a moment. Hands on the hips and press the hips. Like I'm kind of using my hands to press down through, I'd say, the lower back, and then lowering down. Let the hands come down. Let your head drop. If your feet are wide enough and you're flexible, maybe you're close to touching the ground. And just breathing there. Now release those hands, interlace them behind your back. Now when you're here, you want those palms to touch. If that means you can't go any further, stay there. If you can, you start to reach the arms over your head. Keep drawing the shoulder blades down. Good. And then release that. Bend the knees, slowly coming up. All right. And before we get to the chair stuff, we're just going to do one thing on the ground. So you're going to go ahead and, actually I'll do it up on the machine maybe. You're going to come onto your forearms and you're going to go ahead and go into a plank, a forearm plank here, okay? Holding it, abdominals are on. Just want to warm the body up a little more here. Breathing, pulling on through your center. Pressing back through your heels, okay? So that maybe you get a little bit of a calf stretch here. Making sure the head isn't dropping down, that it's just staying slightly lifted so that you're not taking more weight in the head there. And then one knee at a time is just gonna drop here. Drop. I've got the right and left. Right and left for 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Stay up. Now walk those feet in. Hips lift up. I'm using my forearms to press back towards my legs. So my chest is trying to reach further towards the legs. Heels are trying to drop down to get a stretch here. And breathing. Good. Let's take 3 more deep breaths. 2 more. And last one. Good. lower down into child's pose for one moment. Stretch those arms, have those arms be active, not just flopping down, but really reaching back. Great, and then come on up. All right, so let's go over towards the chair, and what you're gonna do is on your side, you're gonna be on your forearm. So the reason I said to have it against the wall is if you have a chair that's a little slippery, I don't want the chair slipping. If you don't have the wall and you feel like your chair is stable, then you can try that too, okay? So what you're gonna do is come on your forearm, and then you're going to stack your legs on top of each other, okay? And then you're gonna lower the hip and lift. So I'm on my right forearm to start, and lower, good. And again. So working obliques here, legs, a little bit of everything, upper body, good. And 4 more, and 3, 2, and 1, good. Come up and switch sides. So I kind of put 2 chairs here, trying it so that I wouldn't have to turn and maybe you wouldn't hear me as well. So you're on that forearm, extending the legs out, hips stacked on top of each other, lower and lift. And see how that feels. Like this side feels easier to me than the other side. So just see if you notice a difference for you. Good, abdominals stay connected. Still just getting the body firing and warmed up here. And 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you see how you could easily do this on the ground. It just gives you a different angle, so it works the body a little bit differently when you do this. Okay. Then we're gonna go back to that first side, and we're gonna add to it. So you're coming on that forearm, and then you're gonna take the arm up, and then you bend the knee in and reach out, and bend and reach, bend and reach, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now stay there, roll under like you're twisting, and back up, and 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Coming up. And let's go to the other side here. All right, so on that forearm, on your side, arm up, bend in, and reach. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Now twist under and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Hopefully you guys felt that. I felt it. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to go into kind of a plank on the chair now too. So let's go ahead and take your hands to the width of the chair. Scoot this back. Okay. So you kind of go like into a plank-ish feeling here. And then you're going to kind of reach forward, bend the knees back. Forward, bend the knees back. Hopefully you're against the wall. I thought my chair wanted to move. I don't know why I face this way. And again. And bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. For 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Now hold kind of that plank position, one knee at a time. Bends in here, pressing in, and press, and press, and press. Keep going here. Let's keep 20 more here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it. Do a little push up and up. Push up. And again, 3, 4, 5 to 8, 6, 7, and 8. Stay there, but come down to the forearms. And I'm kind of pushing my chair out a little to get me more into like a plank position. One knee at a time, bending in. And switch. And switch. And switch. Switch. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Just take a nice breath and reach forward, lowering your head down. Deep breath there. Bend the knees coming up. One stretch that I love to do in this chair, I do it all the time. I'm sure a lot of people do this, but I want to make sure I mention it. Where you're seated in the chair, and then, you've been working on your computer, you're forward like this. Put your back, your shoulder blades against here. Take your hands behind your head. Reach up and over to get a nice opening stretch. Stay for our breath. And coming up. Let's do that one more time here, okay? Interlace the hands, take the back against the chair, reach up and over. Good. And then come back up. Nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and I want to do some abdominals. Now, I wonder how it would be if we did them in the chair. I don't know. I used to do them on the box sometimes because sometimes when you have a little bit limited amount of space, it forces you to work a little more detailed with it. I don't know how it's going to work in the chair, but we're going to try it. And if it doesn't work, we're just going to come down the mat, okay? Let's just give it a shot. So you're kind of scooting your butt towards the end of the chair. You're going to scoop and bring the arms in. You're going to lean back a little bit. And of course, this is all dependent on if you feel steady in your chair, okay? Then you shoot the arms and legs out and bring them in. And when you shoot them out, can you lower down a little bit and bring it in? And out and in. Out. Option would be just to go to the floor and do this. And in. Out and in. Out. I want to see pictures of you guys on what kind of chairs you're doing this on. Stephanie's family's on. I see them humored by trying to do this on whatever chair they have. Good. And then hold it out. Legs lift and lower. Lift, lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. For 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees in, come up for a moment, and just kind of extend the chest and round. Extend and round. One more. Extend and round. And then we're going to go ahead and do kind of like that scissor kick, where you've got one leg up, one down, lean back a bit, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, switch. So I don't know if you can feel it, but you kind of have to work a little more steady, not quite so sloppy with it like you can get on the ground because you don't have that much room. And 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. And coming up. Nice. Now we're going to go ahead and do a couple more on the ground. Okay. So go ahead and onto your back. Keep in mind, pretend like you have that small space that you're working in, right? So that you have to be really detailed with what you're doing. No sloppiness. Okay, so arms come up, and then let's exhale the upper body up and the legs out. And then lower down, just 4 like this. Slow, pretend like you're on the chair and you're having to work really detailed. 2 more. Last, hold it up. Legs lower and lift. Lower and lift. And again, lower and lift. For 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Good, and come down. And this time let yourself rock side to side here. And then we'll do some roll-ups here and add to it. So arms come up, chin towards the chest, roll up. Really get that roundness through your center as you reach forward. Pull those abdominals in, roll down, arms go overhead. And again, reach it up. This time lower, halfway down. Stay there. And then arms go side to side. So I'm kind of just keeping my hands together and then side to side. Pulling the ribs towards the opposite hip here. And rotate. 2, 3. And from here, we're going to do 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Arms up and down. Up and down. Lift and lift. For 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Good. I'll take that nice stretch where your arms go out and legs go out the opposite direction, really long. Deep breath. Good. Coming up, bend the knees and rolling up. Come back to your chairs. Your chair is going to be behind you. I guess everyone probably has a little bit of different height chairs, but I want you to go into a squat with your arms up. Almost sit down, but do not sit down, okay? And then go ahead, take the arms out to the side and back, out and back. You don't have to have your chair there if it actually limits how low you can go with your squat. It's just kind of that reminder, and I always tell people you want weight into the heels and you want to press back like you're about to sit in the chair to make sure you're getting the weight back and not too far forward over the knees. Now hold it back. I'm pressing my palms back and press, press, press. If you've got weights close by and you want to use them, go for it. And press, press, press. Keep going. Good. And from here, we've got 10 more presses. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep those arms up. We haven't worked them enough going in and out here. So you go towards the center of your spine and back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, just little pulses straight back now. And then you're going to add a little movement with your legs. You're going to go 2 steps over, 2 steps over. Stay in that squat. Squatting down. Keep going here. And again. And again. And again. Keep moving. Good. And now come back to right behind your chair. Keep pulsing the arms for 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Slowly release the arms and release the legs. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and do a little bit more standing poses here. So you're going to go ahead and work on balance today. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, so let's go ahead and do tree where you bend one knee and the other leg is going to be your standing leg. So you want strength. You want to lift nice and tall. Put that foot wherever you can. And then take your hands in front of you. And if you can, bring them up. Keep reaching that right knee out to the side. Keep lifted. I'm going to open the arms shoulder width, but you can keep them together if you like. Breathing. And lower down. Great. Let's go to the other side. Bend that left knee. Find that place wherever you can go. I just don't like it right on the knee, okay? Have it higher or lower. The outside of the thigh pulls in to keep you steady. Keeping your arms here. Pull those abdominals on. And reach the arms up. Keep them together or shoulder width apart. Breathing here. Balance is so important. Some days it's really solid for people. Other days, sometimes for me, it's not good. It just depends. I find it's a little better after I've been working out a little bit and that I've gotten some warmth in my body, and lower down. Good. And then let's go ahead and take that right leg behind us. You're getting that stretch first where you press down, but now you're going to reach out. We've done this one before, right? Where you're reaching that leg behind you back and that left hand in front. Maybe you can try to lower down a little bit. If you lose your balance, just skid it again. You can always go close to a wall, and this hand could be pressed on the wall if you are having trouble with balance. Coming forward a bit. Press into that back leg, so it's like you're trying to resist and open it out, okay? So that you can kind of stretch through the front of the leg. All right, let's try the other side. Hold on to the foot. Reaching forward and back at the same time. Helps if you find a spot, a steady area to look at. Harder if you have several people in the room, right? But find that steady area to look at, that one little thing to focus on. And coming back up. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and come back down to our mats here. And then we'll end in the chair. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the 100 here. So we've been doing this consistently now. So play around with it. Can your legs go a little lower? Can you lift your body up a little higher? What can you change up here? So exhale, upper body up, legs go out. You decide how low, and pump. And breathing. And again. Maybe each breath you're trying to go a little lower with the legs. If you feel anything in your back, you've gone too low. And again, keep wrapping those legs around so you've got strength. The core is not just the abdominals. It's through the glutes. It's through the hamstrings. Keep breathing. Two more breaths. Last one. And then come right up. Try not to lower down if you can. You've interlaced your hands behind your head. You've got straight legs. Reach towards that straight leg and switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Keep those shoulder blades lifted. I'm fighting to kind of keep it up too. Now transition into the bent legs, side to side. And reach. And reach. And reach. Keep going. 10 more. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one each side. And lower down. Circle those ankles for 4. 3, 2, 1. And reverse. 3, 2, 1. Good. Legs over to one side for a moment. And then we'll do one stretch in the chair before we sign off. And switch to the other side. Nice. Okay. Coming up, I think it's nice to have some options in the chair too, whether it's a favorite of yours or not. It doesn't matter if it's against the wall. Actually, take it away from the wall if it is. And now you have it at the side, and what you're doing is you're not sitting against the back of the chair. The back of the chair is to one side. So I have on my left side first, even though it's the opposite, I know, for you guys, what you see me on. All right, you're going to take your hands to the back of the chair. You're going to look and make sure the knees aren't one further forward than the other. They're equal. You take your hands here, you lift your chest, and you rotate. So I'm using the hand that's further back to kind of press into it, the hand closer to pull to help me spin a little bit more. And then finally, you can let the head turn too. Good. And then switch to the other side. So I'm just going to go this way now. Hands behind. Lift that chest. Look at your knees. Make sure they're even and not one forward and back. Especially as you start to spin. Try to keep them equal. Just peek back at them. And then let those arms help you wrap around a little bit. Deep breath here. Remember this stretch if you're sitting in your chair all day. This one and the one where we went over the back of the chair. Really nice things to do just to open up. Okay, and then last thing is where you cross the ankle over the knee. Another way to get this stretch and just lean forward here, okay? Opening up that right knee, trying to get the hip to stay nice and open. Breathing here. Okay, YouTube, I'm trying to do live today. I know the quality of the filming is not great, but I'm going to work on it, okay? All right, and switch to the other side. And leaning forward, but you still have a lengthened spine. And breathing as that knee opens out to the side. Thanks so much for joining, you guys. It's great to see you here. Thank you. I'll be back tomorrow. Any requests for a Friday, let me know.